Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, episode 11 of Final Hanantasy 14. Pray visit the Waking Sands. It is about time to go to the Waking Sands for 382,000 times 85,000 slash 22. Something along that number we have to go into the Waking Sands. And let's go. Lots of cute scenes are awaiting us. But before we head on in, we are questy on level 17. Remember, at 18, we're gonna switch over to XIV, but we have to do our Marauder quest up to level 25. And some miscellaneous quests that I want to record on this character. And once the miscellaneous quests are done, we're gonna switch on over because I don't actually want to miss out on anything. So let's talk to the Scion of the Seven Dawn right here. I take it you are Shion Sansa. Tataru sent word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please. And we are getting an item that we do not need, so the coin we take. And there she is.
あなたが噂の冒険者ね。私はミンフィリア。この暁の決命の名手です。待ってたわ。こちらへどうぞ。悪いようにはしないから安心して。
I think she said we're not bad people. Not we're among friends. I think she said.
いろいろ聞きたいことはあると思うけど。まずは私たち暁の決命について説明した方がいいかしらね。
That should be correct.
私たち暁の決命は国家間の垣根を越えてエオルゼア全土で活動している団体です。私たちの目的は一つ。神々に愛されし地、このエオルゼアを救済すること。そのためにエオルゼア、いえ、世界が抱える脅威である万神問題の解決に向けて取り組んでいます。この暁の決命にはあなたと同じ不思議な力を持つ人が何人かいるの。この不思議な力にはいくつか種類があるのだけれど、あなたはこれまでにこんな経験をしたことがないかしら。ノイズのような感覚、何かに吸い込まれるような感覚、まるで幻のように浮かび上がる風景。それこそがあなたの能力。精神の壁を越え相手を見ることができる超える力よ。超える力は言葉の壁を超える力、心の壁を超える力。
Koe no chikara should mean the power of voice, not the echo, I believe. Because koe is voice and chikara is power. So it should be the power of voice, shouldn't it be?
そして幻のごとく過去を見ることができる時間の壁を越える力。さすがに過去が見えるだけで相手と会話したり結果を変えたりなんてことはできないわ。様々な能力の中でもこの超える力は特殊なもの。あなたはその中でも強い力を持つ。
There's a reason for that.
ただこの力は自分で発動をコントロールできないところが悩ましいのよね。そう、私もあなたと同じ力、その超える力の能力者の一人よ。
Can't say anything.
さて本題よ。私たちの目的、エオルゼアの救済のためには万神問題の解決が不可欠。そのためには国家、組織、種族、言葉、それに主義や思想、あらゆる壁を越えた対策をしなくてはならない。そこであなたの力が必要になる。私たち暁の決命に協力してほしいの。
I'm kind of bigger than every single one of them.
あなたの能力、超える力は万神への切り札ともなるもの。 万神問題を解決するため、世界を救うために必要な力よ。
Just as a size difference, my hand is about as big as Papa Limo's head. So,
あなたがエウルゼアを歩く冒険者として何を求め、何にな
My
りたいのか
chocobo has turned into a
私にはわ
phoenix.
からない。
no, he's now a Focobo because he's a fire chocobo. He's a
Yes.
Focobo.
He's a chocobo. Anyone ordered roast chicken?
でも、この先も冒険者として生きるためには、もっとエウルゼアを知る必要があるでしょ。そして、そのエウルゼアには万神問題がある。私たちと行動して万神問題を追うことは、エウルゼアを知るのに最も近道だと思うわ。
Well, I don't have much of a choice now, do I? Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied for you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. Basically the bank in this game. Oh shit.
The papers you requested, my lady.
I like Berliners. They're writing not a lot, so... Thank you, Tartaru.
The pleasure is mine, my lady.
By way of welcoming gift, I have taken liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you're entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate regarding the particulars of this agreement. But believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Let this gesture serve as the evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal beliefs, well, objectives. In return, we ask you to aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship. I am sure you will agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what it is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall trust you to our order's password, which members use to reach one another when afield. The password is Stackenblocken. No, Stackenblocken. It is Stackenblocken. That's the password.
Stackenblocken.
Stackenblocken. And if you don't know what Stackenblocken is, pause this video, open YouTube, and just YouTube Stackenblocken.
Stackenblocken.
It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. They say pray a lot. Retainers are now available. No? What?
No, it wasn't with you. Sorry.
Okay.
It's
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of bouncy going on both sides of it.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't show that, but the character bopping on the right, she is by class, because everybody in this game is some sort of class. She's a monk, and that is like the usual monk stance of attacking.
Yeah, but it's like the situation is grave, and there's her all bopping away, and there's the
Yeah,
other
she's
guy
very
bopping away.
excited. Yeah, she's very excited to deal out pain. We Scions have but one objective: to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among the gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Sion. Well, let's just use the right password, right?
What the?
よかった。
What?
ありがとう。
Oh shit.
きっと協力してくれると思っていたの。では改めて、暁の決命の仲間たちを紹介しなきゃ。
This is the reason we're playing in Japanese voiceover. I really like the voiceover. I think the voiceover in Japanese, great. Really, really, really good.
シャーレアンという言葉に聞き覚えはあるかしら？
I can't say anything about the Sharlayans. That would be so much spoiler.
エオルゼア六大都市の一つで、アルデナード小大陸の北西にある都市国家よ。あ、いえ、正確にはあったと言うべきかしらね。彼らは古の地に精通し、エーテル学や魔法の分野では帝国さえ凌駕する知識と技術を持っていたの。そんなシャーレアンの中で賢人と呼ばれる人々が結成したのが救世使命。エオルゼアが滅亡から逃れる希望があると信じてこの地に残って活動してくれた集団よ。他の住民は北洋の本国に帰ってしまったけどね。彼らがそのシャーレアンの賢人たち。彼女がイダ、隣がパパリモよ。二人とも森の都グリダニアの調査を担当しているわ。よろしくね。よろしく。次、彼はサンクレット。
It's Thongray.
砂の都ウルダ派の調査の担当者だ。
It's Thongray.
よろしくな。
Hi, my
彼
dude.
女はヤシトラだ。海の都リムサロミンサの調査の担当をしている。
You may be what?
What?
You wanted to say something about Thancred?
No, I said hello, my dude. I'm just enjoying the view.
Okay.
よろしくね。
Well, that's my eye candy then. Big fan of Ishtola.
待っていたわ。
He's great.
最後に彼はウリエンジョーギュレ。
Urianger.
この本部の執務長よ。
So we have Thongray and we have Urianger. And then we have someone who I can't say because we don't know the name yet. Oh well, that will come later.
It's kind of funny because
月明輝けども必ずや暁迎えん。我が友の言葉、この出会いに感謝を。
我々は5年前のカルテーノの戦いで痛手を負い、指導者を失った。そして我々と歩みを共にしていたミンフィリアたちと暁の決命を結成したの。
I'm kinda disappointed. This is not really a spoiler, but we never get one of those Scion tattoos, which is kinda odd. We're never giving the choice.
このように能力者とシャーレアンの賢人を中心に暁の決命は多くの名員で構成されているわ。そして彼女、受付や事務処理を担当しているタタルさんよ。
The monster is speaking.
よろしくです。
A pain.
みんなで
A lightning strike in my neck.
けど頼みがあるの。ウリエンジェさん、バルデシオン委員会からの資料は届いてる？
ええ、こちらに。
ウルド派のグランドカンパニー不滅隊からある事件への協力要請があったの。サンクレット、説明をお願いできるかしら。
事件の概要はこうだ。七輪銀山で採掘されたクリスタルを運ぶアマジナ鉱山社系のキャラバンが襲撃された。それだけじゃない。時を同じくしてウルダ派近辺の貧民窟から幾人もの人が消えている。
クリスタル強奪事件と誘拐事件ってところね。本来こういった事件は治安維持も務めるグランドカンパニーの仕事だわ。でもこの事件、おそらく蛮神が絡んでいる。
This game really has long cutscenes.
現場に残っていた手口、おそらく首謀者はウルダ派に住むアマルジャ族だ。アマルジャ族にはクリスタルを強奪したり人を誘拐する理由がある。それこそが蛮神関連ってわけだ。
あなたに蛮神問題を理解してもらうためにもこの事件に関わってほしいの。ありがとう。ウルダ派の事情には担当でもあるサンクレットが詳しいわ。彼にあなたを支援してもらいます。
俺に任せてくれ。よろしくな。
Alrighty, that was a chilly 20 minutes of cutscenes. Something like that. Alrighty. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crime which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we'll make in relation to the one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on the caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security all over their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to the preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see what he gives us in full cooperation. So, Camp Drybone, have not seen that one before. So, a big walkie we have to go. So, let's go to Ulbla and have a long walk until Camp Drybone. And Fox is reaching quite far already in the main story, which is very cool. You will unlock many few things once you are done with the level 50 quest. And you're off to Havensward. But you are currently playing 2.0 Fox, which means this is what we call post-patch. So everything that comes after patch 2.0, so 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and so forth, is also story that you have to play. And you have to play until 2.55. So you have to play through 5 major patches of story as well until you reach Havensward. So that is a lot of content. A lot of content. So we're almost at Blackbrush Station. If we would level a crafter, this is where you would unlock materia melding and materia extraction. So if you are, and highly recommended, getting all of your crafters to level 15, 20-ish, between that, you should go here and do your materia melding and extraction quests, because these are pretty important actually in the end game when it comes to doing the relic weapons. Relic weapons used to be the non-raid version of the super or strongest weapons you can obtain in each add-on. However, you can redo old relic quests or relic weapons in this case, and that means you can obtain them for style, but you have to do them as they were designed, which includes, in the case of the classic A Realm Reborn relics, materia melding. So if you want to do A Realm Reborn relics, which are called the Zeta relics, you need materia melding. No way around it. Technically, you can have someone else melt the materia for you. I don't know. I personally, I like to be self-sufficient. And you can unlock and level and use every crafter in the game, so might as well do it. So, this episode has about, I believe, 25-ish minutes going for it, so we can still do a lot of things. However, I think in Camp Drybone is where we are cutting off the main story quest, and we are focusing on our Marauder quest to get that up, a few miscellaneous quests here and there, so that we have every single quest on stream and on recording. And then we're switching over to Izalith Danza. Come down here. Get our Aetheryte. Like so. Infilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here come to look for me to... Oh, I need to redo that one, I'm sorry. Now I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I will do all that I can do to help see the victims safely returned. Unsolved mystery, we still can do that? Let us get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all of this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by the Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay in the dark in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers here at the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Adama Landama, couldn't you have chosen a better name? In a sense, wishing no more than that. In a sense, wishing no more than pay their respects to the dead. I can't read today. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels can catch their scent, but I know if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja will seek in the area. So let's touchy some corpses, because that is a wonderful thing to do.
Oh
yeah, it's all coming together.
I should use more buttons. I always say that, and then I forget to use my buttons.
I hardly heard it.
Yes, because it was Kronk, and it was very, very quiet, and I should probably increase the sound of Kronk. Oh, we have our third combo now. Woo! What are you trying to do?
Nothing.
I saw that you went to the wrong place. There is an
I didn't
in
go
to the
wrong
right
place, I'm
side.
just-
There's an in to the right side.
Yes, I need to go in on the right side.
Yup. Let's retrieve the corpses. The ripe corpses. You know? Because touching corpses is...
Oh, what the fart?
that.
It's been a while since you used that button.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'd like to use them more.
What the heck?
It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? With the bodies given back to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed this day, I thank you. Now then, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarries unaware. Ah, so they were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the low-born disappearing is all but confirmed. But I sense there's more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amarja raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But whose? Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day. Even if it were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? And that is the quest, what poor people think. What say we turn an eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reason of the vanishings. Well, forbid it be so. There is a merchant by the name of Angust, who was born here in Drybone and grew up at the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he is not like to speak to you. And that is the moment where we no longer continue the main story. We are now doing the miscellaneous quests. Next episode we're going to focus on the warrior quests, and then we switch on characters for probably the next stream. But we'll see. We'll switch characters pretty soon. So, first thing we're gonna unlock is the gold saucer, because Isa Lufthansa has unlocked the gold saucer but has not done the quests in it. So, let's unlock the gold saucer, shall we? You look confused. You need to say something,
No,
not shake
I'm
the head.
just-
The people can't see you shake the head!
I was reading the... I can't say anything because it's all spoilers.
I know. Do be careful with those. Break anything and I shall be forced to deduct it from your salary! Beg pardon? This is my loyal manservant carrying? Why? A not so small fortune in prices.
What?
What?
What? Sorry.
Don't just say what, just say what it happened. Don't do this anything of
Sorry,
saying what and uh-oh and not do anything.
No, I didn't want to interrupt you. I apologize for interrupting you. It's just that all the enemies suddenly came out at me, and I was like, who the heck are you behind me killing these enemies? And it's because another player turned up. How dare they?
Why, a not so small fortune prizes ably won by yours truly in the gold saucer. You have heard of the gold saucer, nay? Ye gods, woman! You might at least try to keep up with the times. It's only the Sultanate's newest and finest place of entertainment. Thrilled to the sight of the majestic birds roaring down the straits at the chocobo races. Pit your wits against your peers at the triple tri tables. At the gold saucer, one can do all this and more. And if you know what you're about, you will walk out a wealthier woman than you entered. If there is a better place to shake off one's cares after a grueling day of promenading, I've never heard of it. Did I mention prices? Ah, but I dare say you would rather discover them for yourself. Yes, I'll wager you're wondering just how in Thal's good name you can experience the wonders of the gold saucer firsthand. Am I right or am I right? Ah, thought as much. Well, since this has been my lucky day, I don't see why it shouldn't be yours too. So it just happened to have a spare golden airship tickets, you see. Consider it a gift for me to you, milady. Just show that ticket to the fine lady over the landing, and you will have a seat on the next airship bound to full revelry and riches. Be fairly warned though, you may expect no mercy from me should our paths cross at the Triple Tri tables. Nay, not so much of an ons. Let's go. That is not the way though. We need to go this way. Because we have to. If you don't
Walk this way.
There you go. Eye candy. Eye candy. Eye candy. Move on. So, the airship landing we need to go. So let's talkie heary heary. This is the reception desk for flights bound for the Mandeville Gold Saucer. Before proceeding, I must ask that you submit your ticket for inspection. You do have a ticket, yes? It appears that everything's in order. An airship will be departing shortly before the next bell. Shall I reserve a seat for you? Obviously.
This is definitely referring to a casino in a certain place.
Yes, actually, Final Fantasy VII's Gold Saucer. Gold Saucer is directly taken from Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, and where was that taken from?
I think that's their own thing. Where would you refer it to?
Las Vegas.
That might have been an inspiration for your who was the writer? Final Fantasy VII. I actually don't know who the writer was. I actually don't know who the writer for Final Fantasy VII was. It is very Western inspired with Barrett and all. That is definitely true. And the Mandeville Gold Saucer. We're going to unlock the Aetherite, start the quest, and then we're gonna unlock more things. Mandeville Gold Saucer is now accessible. So we accept this quest, and then we go to our Aetherite, and then we move on. Welcome, honored guests, to the Mandeville Gold Saucer, where your wildest dreams are ever but a card or a chocobo's beak away from coming true. If this is your first visit, nothing more would please us. What? If this is your first visit, nothing would please us more than to give you a full tour of our establishment, that you may enjoy its wonders to the fullest. At the conclusion of the tour, it is our custom to offer our esteemed patrons a complimentary gift straight from the vaults of our illustrious proprietor himself. Consider it Lord Mandeville's way of personally thanking you for your patronage. Should you wish to take the tour, pray proceed to the main counter over there and speak with the receptionist. On behalf of the management, may I take this opportunity to thank you for choosing Gold Saucer. Rest assured, my colleagues and I will spare no effort in seeing that your visit is a pleasant and profitable. May fortune smile upon you. May fortune favor us all. Or may the fortunes be ever in your favor. Big fan of the Hunger Games, but I would consider Hunger Games incredibly stupid. But big fan of Hunger Games.
That's why we love it, and I will make you watch Divergent because it's just if stupid, if not more stupid.
Okay.
And
So we
we're
have
gonna watch
unlocked
it
the
together.
gold saucer. Now we go to Western Tanalan, but we are going to the Waking Sands actually. We're going to the Waking Sands. Because I want to have all the unlocks basically also on recording. So let's go and do the unlocks on the recording. Like the hairdresser, the glamour, the dye system. I want to have all of that on the recording basically. So color your world. Let's go color your world first. And you there, yes you! The decisively unfashionable adventurer. I'm actually looking quite okay currently. Gods be good! Never in my life have I seen such a unapologetic focus on function at extreme cost of form. The mere sight of your fare makes my eyes bleed. Well, thank you, I guess. And as a lover of all aesthetically pleasing, I cannot in good conscience allow you to continue roaming the realm in that sorry state. I believe your appearance can be yet salvaged through the use of color, she says to someone wearing only white and gray and black.
Look, I found you.
And has unlocked the coloring system to only color his clothing white, gray, and black. So, I chose my color as well. I will teach you how to go about dyeing your outfit, but first I must have a drink. The heat has given me a vicious thirst, and I won't be able to talk for any length of time. Be a dear and buy me a bottle of orange juice at the stall by the northern gates, would ya? Once I have moistened my throat, I shall see to the business of remedying your appearance. Well, she said moist, so we will get her moist. Let's buy something to get her moist. With, where is it? Orange juice. So let's get her moist.
Say so many things.
Well, say it then.
No,
Coward.
no, not on stream.
Coward. Pray tell, have you brought my orange juice? Lest have you forgotten, the merchant who sells it can be found just north of the gates. There is your orange juice, woman. Whew, that's a relief. Finally, I can teach you how to bring color into your life. Listen well. There are handy items called colorants, which allow folk to dye their outfits in a veritable rainbow of colors. These colorants are so simple to use, adventurers have no excuse to yawn so unconsciously. Lest you worry about dyeing will affect your garment's precious properties, you may rest assured it will not. The practicality you adventurers love so much will not suffer at the change in appearance. A change for the better. It should also gladden you to know that garments can be dyed repeatedly, so there is no fear of getting locked into one color. The garish pink that seemed like such a wonderful idea after a dozen glasses of red can be undone. We don't advocate drinking. And that is all you need for dyeing your gear. Now, what about you waiting for? Get out there and bring some color in your life. Now we have the dyeing system. Now we get the glamour system, which is a big in this game, because fashion fantasy is definitely a thing. Oh dear, dear, dear. This will never do. My sense of aesthetics simply won't allow it. How can you go out dressed like that? I think that actually looks quite fine. My dear, only if you'd spare a thought for style and coordination. I hope your garb holds up during a scuffle, because there's little else going for it. That's it, I've made up my mind. From this day forth, I'll take it up myself to save you from any more fashion disasters. Let me see. So that much needs to be addressed, but where do we even begin? Be a dear and give me a drink. I'm feeling rather parched, and this is a matter best discussed over a glass of something cold. Go to the Pist Paiste and ask Folkled to have some bloody orange juice. Tell her to make sure it's no pulp in it. Now off you go. So she needs to be moist again. So let's make her moist. So let's get some moisturizer. Oh, Swirgame sent you, did she? That woman, I've never known anyone to be so lazy. Would it kill her to come here and get it herself? Here you are. You shouldn't let her push you around, you know? Give her an elm and she will take him home. What? Because I say moist. Just say it.
No. No. I'm stuck. I can't find the sparkly thing. Oh, I found the sparkly thing.
Okay. You can write it to me on WhatsApp. So, what drink is coming along? Oh, delicious! Nothing better on a hot day. Some say I have expensive tastes, but life's too short to be settled for second best. Of course, this extends to my choice of wardrobe too. Now that I'm feeling refreshed, shall we get started? Do you know, dear, you look a lot less drab if you knew how to apply glamours. What's a glamour, you ask? Well, the use of glamour prisms as a catalyst to project the image of one item to another. It's just an illusion, mind, but it is very convincing. This means that the original object stays essentially the same. It just takes on a new appearance, that is all. Remember, if you fancy a change, you don't have to stick with the same glamour. Just apply another one on top, or just use a glamour dispeller to return the object, you know. And why sacrifice style for such a humdrum trifles as durability or protection from bodily harm? Limitless possibilities for self-expressions are just a couple of glamours away. Go ahead and give it a try, and do make it quick, dear. For my sake, I am finding your uninspired attire more and more offensive with each passing moment. That is not even, like, offensive. You coward. So now we have glamours. Now we have to unlock one more thing, and that is the esthetician for the hair. So we go to lower decks, and we have to unlock the retainers, but we have not yet unlocked the ill-conceived adventure. So we have to do that here as well. Now, our retainers are, I believe, already unlocked, but there is no quest. I believe there was a quest once to unlock retainers. I believe we can just simply start retainers now, right? Hire a retainer. Yes. So we could simply hire a retainer now. Let's load a save progress. Let's just, I don't know. Let's save, let's get a Viera, for example. Let's get a Viera. And let's see. So now we have a lively retainer, and now we hire this retainer, and now we go streamy Viera because she's not going to be used. So she's drafting the proper retainer documentation. Now we have a retainer, and now the inconceived venture is available to give our retainer a class, so it becomes an actual job in the game. However, this is not unlocked yet on Isla Lufthansa, so this is where we will keep it off. Alrighty, now to the esthetician we go. Now we go to the after castle, which is the aft castle, but I always say after castle. And since we have to go to Limsa Bimsa anyways, because the mountain that strides, 2 more warrior quests, and then we're gonna switch on over. So, now, if we look into here, this is also what we need to unlock. This is our challenge log, which is basically weekly rewards that you do just by doing things, and you get a few extra. So let's unlock the challenge log. We all know how it feels to have one too many, and that is why I will not fault our patrons for much of what goes on at our tables. But is it too much to ask that they keep their belongings on their person when they leave? It wouldn't bother me so much if half of them didn't show up a week later, ranting and raving as if their drunken headlessness were somehow my fault. Take this impressive looking journal right here. It oft used as it seems to be, but I've no doubt its owner is tearing up in the town searching for his prized possession. A stranger he was, a swarthy Ryugadin who enjoyed his drink. Seemed to be getting well with one of our regulars, Quintenine. Perhaps you could still catch up with him and spare me the headache. I offer you a free drink, but last time I did that, Battaran docked my wages. Good on you, Battaran. Alrighty, so the unlock is down here with Quintenine. Have I seen who? Look, just cause I spent more nights at the wench than I'm me own home, doesn't mean that my mates and that I'm mates with every sod who comes stumbling through the doors. Wait a minute. Well, technically they don't have doors here, so it's just open gates. Details. Wait a minute. That bloody book. Why didn't you say so sooner? And the tight-assed boss had drained 20 flagons and promptly passed out, leaving yours truly to foot the bill. Said he was heading for Airport. Yes, where else? That scurvy scop. Nemea Willen. He is still stranded at the ferry docks. Through the gods, no, it won't help me get my gil back. Alrighty. So we now have to go to Weslade, to the docks, and unlocking our challenge log. I think we have done that on Isalith. Pretty sure. So, down to the Fisherman's Guild we go. If you have business with me, be quick about it. My ferry and my next great adventure wait. My journal. Why, I thought I had it lost forever. Pardon my rudeness, friend. Perhaps I should have stopped after 19 flagons. Did you steal a glance at its pages, perchance? No? No, shame that. But this book contains, how I might say it, a record of my numerous adventures. Quite the inspiring read, if I say so myself. Which I believe I just did. You have the air of an adventurer about you if you're still untested. But take heart, even the most accomplished adventurer, and I speak from personal experience, was once a whelp with more dreams than sense. Were there only some way for me to repay you, but of course, I have a fresh journal right here that might as well have your name on it. Why not keep it a record of your own, that one day we might regale with each other's stories of our deeds. And with that, I shall be off for adventure, and a flagon or 20 of the realm's finest ale calls me. Fare you well on your journey, and next time you find yourself at the wench, do thank that Elazen fellow for his generosity. Horror! And now we have the challenge log, which is this thing right here, and just by doing regular things in the world you get a few more rewards. And this right here, especially in the beginning, is very, very cool because you get quite some prize money for doing that. Let's unlock Agenda Lane. Let's unlock Agenda Lane, which is our dear esthetician. Alrighty, so now leaves, we're not going to get into leaves very much. If we're going to get into leaves, we might as well go into crafters as well. But tell me down in the comment section down below, do you actually want us to go into crafting and explain a little bit about crafting? Because then we would also go pretty deep into macros and macro making, because most of the crafting that we do is actually over macros and not with actual skills that we're going to press. So if you want to have us go into macros and crafting and the quests associated to it, you need to tell me down in the comment section below. If just main story and warrior quest is fine, then also that place. There is Beauty's Only Scalp Deep, and that is Gender Lane. You're either a brave woman or a fool, friend, to be wandering the streets of Limsa tonight with that slasher of a fisherman's bottom on the loose. You have not heard? There's a madman about. Why, it's to be said, he branches blades so long and sharp that they could gut a whale. And I unfortunately skipped the text box. That you're still standing before me tells you you don't scare as easily as the rest. Perhaps you could assist with the investigation. To start with, you might want to look into that scream I just heard outside. Okie dokie. So let's go into that scream. And I need to serve myself a drink because I have been talking non-stop for 2 hours now. You have learned the Imperial Salute. The best salute is still this one. Because into hell we dive, democracy arrives. That is still the best one. And Helldivers 2 is a lot of fun. What are you waiting for? That's him, the slasher! Apprehend him, toss him into the gaol, and throw away the key. Or gut him and feed his lifeless body to the sharks. For all I care, just do something. Woe is me. Whatever did I do to deserve this cruel fate? For 6 moons I have saved every last gill of my husband's hard-earned wage, foregoing new shoes, new purse, and sometimes even food for our children. And all in anticipation for this day. So you use your husband's money, you didn't buy your children food, and you're using the money for yourself? What?
That's what fashion does to you.
That's exactly what I wanted to ask. Fox, what is your opinion on that?
I hate fashion.
Good answer. Nice save. Nice save.
Well, you know how much I love shopping.
Oh,
which means not
she's
at all.
doing that.
I mean, okay. How difficult is it for me to find shoes?
You go into the children's section.
Yes, and I still can't find them.
Look, if there is ever a Lalafell that has grown a little bit too big, it would be that one. What's so special about today, you ask? Why, this marks the day of arrival of a world-renowned esthetician. In Limsa, my endless patience and self-control were to be rewarded with a hair-raising transformation that would have every fashion-conscious Limsalin oohing and awing in admiration. Instead, I find myself accosted by this lecherous lout. Speaking of which, weren't you going to do something about this? Go ahead and have your way with him. I doubt he has anything to say for himself. Now, let's point doubt at him. Oh, the ignominy of it all. Of course, you take her side for shame. There is no one sympathetic here in this entire nation. An artiste of my renown should be welcomed with open arms, and a 21 cannon salute instead. I am branded a criminal, and the tools of my trade, nay, the extension of my very soul, ripped unceremoniously from my person like barnacles from sight of a frigate. I will not last long in my wicked state. No, even as we speak, the world around me grows dim. With my dying breaths, I speak unto you 3 names, 3 kind souls who may yet put right what has gone so frightfully wrong. Forgemaster Hanantasy of Naldic and Vimelis, Guildmaster Beatin of the Gredanian Carpenters Guild, and Severian of the Alchemist Guild in Ul'dah. If there is an ounce of compassion in you, seek them out and tell them Jandalain sent you. When my soul is restored and my name is rightfully clear, all of Limsa, nay, the entire realm, will sing your praises. For I, Jandalain, am none other than the Hi, Hop. Yes. We are in episode 11. We are in episode 11, 1 episode per hour of the entire story with a new character, because it's been 14 years since I have played this entire story and might as well do it on a new character. So that is what we are going to do. we're going to play the entire story of Final Fantasy. So that's 300 plus episodes. 400
And
plus
I need to
episodes.
try and pronounce that.
Huh?
I need to try and pronounce that. Oyer Hochwohlgeboren.
Not bad. I'll accept that one. Jandalane sent you. Let me guess. The Burmese fool's lost his tools. Pardon me, the appendages of his very soul. Again, it is thrashing and tossing like the end of the days is nigh. The man brings it on himself. If he toned down the theatrics and went about his work like an earnest craftsman, I dare say he would save himself these misunderstandings. No, I have not a whit of sympathy for the fool. You, however, have my pity indeed for having to play audience to this whinging. Any road. This should shut him up for a while. Tell him that if he loses these, I'll graft the next pair into his bloody hands. So Hanantasy has given us the stuff. Let's go to the Carpenter's Guild in Gritze. So let's go. You got an 8 out of 10 from Hob, so not too bad. That was acceptable.
I will try better.
That was acceptable. There's still a lot of rolling the R's. So Euer Hochwohlgeboren. There was a lot of rolling the R's. So
Well, you know I like rolling my R's.
yes, you are very good at that. A message from Jandalane, you say. So he's lost another one. Does the man not understand that the wood doesn't simply grow on... well, actually it does. But at least in a manner of speaking, but the fact remains that resources are in short supply. For all his flowery words, if his tools were truly an extension of his very being, one would think he would find a way to hold onto them for more than a fortnight or two. Jandalane's skills are not to be doubted, but his temperament leaves much to be desired. Still, this is not my place to judge. Take this to him and let us both hope that he will right his ways. Yes, no problem if you got the ads. Basically, we are going to play the entire story from A Realm Reborn to Dawn Trail and beyond on this character until we catch up with Hitomi Sansa, which is the main character. So until we catch up with this character will replay the entire story, and we will record absolutely everything here on the Twitch side, on the YouTube side as well, because we're streaming on YouTube now. And basically it will be entirely the main story quest that is the focus, and obviously our warrior quest, because we are maining warrior for the exposition. And if we go into crafters and everything around the crafters, the comment section on YouTube needs to tell me. Twitch can also tell me that as well, if we should go into crafters, yes or no. But that obviously lengthens the playthrough. But yes, we're going to do the entire story for YouTube, and not in a New Game Plus fashion. Might as well do it on a new character, right? And do it like with fresh gear and not overpower relic gear and all of that stuff. So we do it as fresh and as true to the game as we can. So that's the idea. That is why we're doing this. And we googled it a couple of episodes before. We googled how long it roughly takes from A Realm Reborn to Dawn Trail, and Google spat out roughly 310 hours. We're doing an hour per episode, so this is roughly 300 episodes, but delays here and there, shortcomings here and there. I reckon we have about 350 episodes of Final Fantasy XIV until we're finished with Dawn Trail. So that's a lot. Say no to crafters. Yes, that's what I would think as well. Between quest and tome gear, you should be good enough to never really need much more. Yes. But again, having the true experience of leveling a character so that we have not the overpowered stuff available. So that is why we create basically a new character for the story. But this character is on Zodiac. We have managed to do the main story quest until level 18. We're going to do the warrior quest until level 25. And we're finishing up now the unlocks because we have a character ready on Shiva, my main server, where all of my friends are. And we're going to switch on over to Shiva on the next episode, or after the next episode, so that we can finally play with our friends without much of a problem. I know server travel exists, but I want to play on the same server as my friends. It makes it just a little bit easier. You've come on the behalf of Jandalane. Why, I just furnished him with a fresh batch of my special creations last week. I realize the man's services are in demand, but it would be physically impossible for him to exhaust the entire supply so soon. Stolen, you say? Unfortunate turn of events indeed, but if not entirely unexpected. You see, the man is something of a genius, and a genius is often misunderstood by modest minds. Trust me, I speak from extensive personal experience. Yes, great minds must band together in trying times, lest the realm be deprived of our talents. So I command you, deliver this parcel to Jandalane with all speed. Well, you would have to follow along to the story, obviously, that we're progressing here. We're trying to do Monday through Friday and 3 episodes, so 3 hours, 3 episodes per stream. But we have breaks in between and such, so we'll try to keep up, basically. And you're free to play along the progress that we are. Obviously, if you are progressing beyond us, no spoilers and such. The voice lines are in Japanese, however, I am voicing every single text box myself that is not voiced by the game. Why are the voice lines in Japanese? Because I quite like them. I think the Japanese is well voiced in the game, so that's why it is on Japanese. So it's basically anime style cutscenes. If there is an ounce of compassion, you friend, I beg of you, retrieve me for the tools of my trade. For I am none other than Jandalane, Could this be? Yes, I can feel it. The light returns to my eyes. Power courses through my fingers. I live. Wait, I have scissors here too.
You mean you actually found them first go?
I actually have scissors here too. I actually...
Yeah, the hair.
No, I don't have my comb
with
here.
The hair.
What?
You're more or less there with the hair.
I mean,
yeah, nearly.
I mean, I could use an esthetician, really. I mean, I could. I'm definitely sending something to space right here. But I can't really... Maybe Jandalane could do something about that. And as I live, this unspeakable embodiment of ugliness must die. Begone, foul demon! Green hair is a crime. And so do I ask, how do you feel, madam? Why, but in a single magnificent moment, I traveled beyond the void and returned to life as the embodiment of all that is beautiful in this world. Could it be? Yes, it must. How else to explain such power? You are the one who is coming, was foretold. You, yes, you are the esthetician. I'm probably saying this wrong. In the flesh, madam, I am Jandalane, crafter of quirves, so divine that Memphina herself doth begrudge my clientele of their beauty. But let us speak of you, madam, for where a moment ago stood on a fashion challenge frump, now stands a beauty reborn. I'll read the text pretty soon. I need to do the cutscene first. Oh no, he's attacking me! And you are the one I must thank for reviving my soul, that I might once again bestow my gifts on a realm bereft of beauty. Kindness I intend to repay in full. Do you fear your own hairstyle in becoming passé? Fear the specter of ugliness threatening to consume you? Fear not, friend, for it shall not survive my wrath. Nothing happened. It's so stupid. As the madam before you, as this very realm we call home, from the abyss of unfathomable drabness you shall rise anew. My clients have been known to make reservation moons, even years in advance, but you shall know no such troubles. No, for providing a staunch ally in good taste, when all others turn a blind eye, I gladly place myself at your beck and call. Yes, next time you find yourself plagued by an aesthetic ennui, you need only ring the crystal bell from the comfort of any inn room at which you have taken up lodgings. Gendelaine shall hasten to the scene, yes, in a flash, the dreary, uninspired life you have hit hereto now shall end. You shall travel to the realm beyond and return as a beauty reborn. Terrible. I give you this as a token of trust between us. Treasure it, for it is the key to a world of aesthetics wonders ordinary woman shall never know. Now look at the walk he does. Look at the walk in the next scene. Oh, Master Gendelaine, do come back! I've not made my next appointment! Look at the walk. And the little skip he does. Terrible. Such a good cutscene. So good. You mean you're kind of busy, but probably should have a few speedrun shows around the end of Realm Reborn, so by the time you get there, the schedules could clean up big and goodness. Well, sure. Keep me up to date if you wouldn't mind when you're getting towards the end of A Realm Reborn. In about 70 episodes, so 70 hours, so that is 15 per week, so in about 5 weeks, something like that. But Path of Exile 2 is coming around, so maybe 7 weeks. That's a lot of story.
8 weeks.
There's a lot of story in this game. Now we have unlocked the Esthetician. Now, obviously, the stream continues, but we're finishing up episode 11 right here. And next episode, we're going to see the last 2 warrior quests, level 20 and 25. And once that is done, we're switching over to Izalith on the Shiva server, because that means we can finally continue with our friends and everything, and grouping up and dungeoning and all of that stuff is much easier. Like I said, I know server travel exists, but we wanted to have easy, and we want to have access to my house and to our friends' houses and all of that stuff. So thank you very much for watching. This has been episode 11, twitch.tv/Hanazaki, live play HZTV on YouTube. If you want to become a Pokemon like these two right here, you have to go to the Twitch side, then you are visible on stream. If you just want to hang out on the YouTube side, that's totally fine too, but you will not be visible right there. You will know where to find us. Please share the video, give it a like, interact with the video, because the YouTube algorithm really likes that. And let's be honest, that's all we care about as the creators. I unfortunately have to do it. Till next episode. Bye bye.